In 7th grade at West, we've been reading A Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry. While reading this, we notice the effects of gentrification on the younger family. Gentrification is the process of renovating and improving a house or district so that it conforms to middle-class taste. It is also when high-income people move into low-income neighborhoods. They can afford to pay more so retail and housing prices rise. Gentrification went unnoticed for a long time. It was only in 1964 that Ruth Glass came up with the term. In 1978, gentrification starts to become more discussed. As tax credits increase, the cost of rent increases as well, and pushes people who can't afford to live in their homes out. Gentrification happens frequently today, as wealthy people move into low-income neighborhoods hoping to get a deal. When this happens, prices for property and rents increase, making locals have to move out. One example of this is the Rainbow Bagel Shop in Williamsburg. Wealthier people began moving to Williamsburg in Brooklyn in 2013. The median rent of Williamsburg was higher than in the rest of New York City, $1,121 per month. Stores like the popular Bagel Shop attracts wealthier people to the neighborhood and takes away business from the lower income community and businesses that have been there for a long time. On-screen and off-screen families have gone through gentrification. One good example of this is the Youngers from Lorraine Hansberry's A Raisin in the Sun. When they wanted to move, the only house that they could afford was one in Clybourne Park. This relates to gentrification because the other houses in the other neighborhoods had probably been bought by wealthier white people. Even though the houses were supposed to be less costly because richer people were moving in, people with less money were being forced to move out. Even in the 1950s, when A Raisin in the Sun took place, gentrification was happening. To conclude, gentrification has many pros and cons. On one side, it allows the influx of money or capital into a poorer neighborhood or building. But on the other hand, it pushes locals out of their homes if they can no longer afford the rent. But based on many events revolved around gentrification, it had a negative impact around our society. Our society would be better off without gentrification.